TT's pool service. Listen. There, does he really have a pool service? He does not want to be doing that, man. Bro, there's no way! It actually shows him cleaning a pool, too. It's his first pool, he said. What is he wearing? I'm telling you right now, whoever, I mean, how much money would he pay his workers? Because he makes a lot of money. I would expect him to pay like a decent amount. You know what I mean? Just because. Well, no, I'm not saying you overpay your workers, but dude, in the summer you're gonna be losing workers left and right. Like, dude, it's fucking hot, man. And just from experience, dude, my dad, with what I'm looking at right now, if my dad seen this pool, and it was one of our pools, he'd be so fucking pissed at us. He'd be like, "What the fuck did you guys do?" You know how much chemicals you have to spend to fix that? Dude, that green. I would at least put 2 jugs of liquid chlorine in that fucking pool, and then have to show up in like maybe two or sorry, not 2 or 3, like 3 or 4 days from there, like from when I put the jugs in, to come back and look at it and see if it even changes the color. I'd even throw in yellow tree and eat all the like after I threw in the jugs. I'd throw in yellow tree and eat up all that algae, dude. That's so much fucking green. Dude, I would be so pissed if I had to clean that pool, man. You can't even. He probably has these cheap ass pools and stuff. I feel bad for him. He needs to get in contact with me and my dad. Okay, that's cool. He has to get licensed though and stuff like that too. That's probably why he did it for free. Yeah, you have to be licensed in order. I mean, unless you're licensed under someone's name, then you're able to do it. But if anything happens, it's under their service, their name. Oh, that's a motor repair right there. And you can't. And first off, you don't just close that off. You don't close that valve, bro. You make sure to turn it off first, man. Bro, no, you gotta turn. Make sure you gotta turn it off before you fuck with the lid like that. Well, he's half right. He's half right. You would close the valve. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. What I do is when I go to the pool, I turn off the whole system and we take the lid off and take out that filter basket, dump it out, put it back in, make sure it's locked, like it fits. Put the lid back on, make sure the O-ring is lubed up, it's not, leaking air in. And you just turn it back on and you leave open the air pressure relief valve thing. You shouldn't be closing, like, the only reason why you gotta close that valve is if the fucking motor or pool thing is fucked up. That's the only reason why you would close that. Like, we have this pool, Gomez, whatever. I have to close his valve before I turn off his pool because if I don't close it, it drains all the water out. Even when I open up that lid too, like there's something wrong with his pipes or something. So you have to close the valve and then turn it off, like from auto to service. But with this, I don't understand what he's saying to close it off. I mean, while it's running, but then you're causing a blockage in the pipes, and couldn't the pipes burst? Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, it's probably cracked. I mean, with all that water shooting out, it's probably fucking cracked. Unless the filter lid wasn't on correctly to begin with, then it could be seeping out water too. Is that the fucking drain pipe? Is that where's their hose at for connecting? It should be shooting water out if it's in waste. That's so funny, dude. I like how everyone's just blaming him. He didn't do anything there. There's a crack. Yeah, so either it's cracked or they didn't put the lid on right. Yeah, I'll be down. And you don't mess with that while the system is running too, because you'll fuck up the whole filter and you'll shoot. If it was a DE filter, you'd be shooting in DE powder to the pool if you're moving that fucking valve thing, because you're opening up the filter. It's not a pain in the ass to reprime it. I can't really talk shit about him because it's his first pool. He's learning and stuff. I've been doing it since I was 7, 8, cleaning the pool, and then when I got older, learned about the filters and the motor, the pump, the filter, the filter pump, the baskets, the skimmer basket, the filter basket, chemicals, how to know what takes what. Oh my god, Johnny, what the? All right, I muted him. Holy shit, that scared me, man. That was loud. That was loud. That was loud. He was supposed to put it in backwash. There. I muted him. I couldn't hear him. I would not be standing in front of him. No, that's not how that works either. You're supposed to, when you backwash, you do it like depending on how bad the pool is and how much water they have in the pool. Like if it's a good amount over the skid basket, you just fucking backwash that thing like 4 times. You go backwash, rinse, backwash, rinse, backwash, rinse, backwash, rinse, and then you put it back to filter mode. Because this is a sand filter, so you don't have to add DE powder in. I mean, it will clear up, but you have to do it like 4 or 5 times. Well, but here's the thing: did he already add the liquid into the pool? I hope he didn't, because if he did, then it's kind of pointless that he's back. If he added the chemicals and then he's backwashing, you're kind of like you're kind of draining the chemicals you just put into the pool. I hope he's not doing that. That would kind of suck. Because he'd be just wasting money. Well, I'm saying because not many people think of it like that. Not many people think like, okay, if I added liquid into the pool and then I'm gonna go backwash and rinse and all that stuff, that I'm taking the chemicals I just put in and I'm putting it out. I mean, because think about like when you're draining a pool, you're draining all the water out, but that chlorine is already mixing in with all that water, so you're just draining out all the chlorine you put in with the water. You get what I'm saying? I am happy though to see that someone else is doing a pool in their live stream. That was my idea like a long time ago. I was telling my dad, dude, make some YouTube videos or live stream like pools that you show up to. Like obviously don't show the address and shit, like or like the neighborhoods and everything, but like just like cover the camera, get back to the pool. Well, first ask them if it's okay to, obviously, but show the whole process. Yeah, they because yeah. I was I was telling my dad too he could do like motor repairs and shit like because I mean those take a couple hours at least. I mean, which sucks, but you get paid good money. And besides, if you put on YouTube, people are gonna want to watch that shit. You'll find a community. It's 3,000, right? He got tilted. He forgot the DM because he was losing a lot of league games. That's so funny, dude. That's funny. What the guy should be doing is putting his cleaner in the pool too, so it can suck up algae that hits the bottom of the floor. That's what the guy he should have told him put your cleaner and let it run too. Because any algae that just falls into the pool is just gonna sit there. So I seen that he had a vacuum or a hose for his vacuum. Everyone's calling him a scammer. Okay, so that test kit is pretty good, but I really don't know how to read that one that well. I use the basic 01, 02, 03, and I use that test kit for the hardness level and shit like that for the pool. Well, no, it is working, but the chlorine's probably dead zero. pH is probably fucking purple. It's probably like an 8.0 higher than that. Chlorine's dead zero. Yeah, yep. Okay, he's got that. He's got the chemicals down at least. I wonder where he learned the chemicals at though, because you go to school for that. I mean, unless he just looked it up online and there was like educational shit like that. That's but you would still have to go to school and get licensed and stuff. My dad has to do it every I think it's every year or maybe every 3 years, something like that. It's something like that. He has to take an online quiz, like an online test. He has to go through all these articles and read them and answer questions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's green, add chlorine, yeah. But you also want to add in some blue to kill the algae. You also want to add in yellow tree if it's like that. You want to fucking throw in like a whole 2 scoop or 2 caps, maybe 3 caps. Because that's fucking guess green, dude. That's 3-star in my dad's book. That's fucking 3 green fuck pool. That's is that chlorine or is that acid? Oh, I gotta look. Chlorine tablets, no, no. Chlorine tablets are good. That will help keep the fucking chlorine at a stabilized level. Saltwater pools are healthier than regular chlorine and shock pools. But then again, yeah, if you have a saltwater pool, it's healthier than a regular chlorine or shock pool. It's 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 health. Yeah, you get like a salt. I mean, it's expensive though, man. Like, dude, like I'm pretty sure my dad said that like a whole new like salt system and all that stuff goes for like over $1,000. Maybe it's like 1,200 or 1,400. Like it's up there just for the salt system. But then you also got to buy um the it's like a salt reader, like a salt reading thing. Like it's this like box panel you put, and then you have to pay for the wiring. People like electronic people to fucking mess with the wires and make sure it's all set up correctly. So it's like another. I don't know how much they charge for that, but it's probably a good $500-600. It's salt. It's expensive, but it will save money in the long run because the salt produces chlorine. So as long as your salt reading is over 3,000, or if it's like 3.0, like whatever your reading is saying, as long as it's over 3, you're producing a chlorine. If it drops under, then that's when it starts saying like low salt, check system, check salt, no flow, like shit starts popping up on the reader. And then even when that happens, then you have to get like a salt reading, like this like not connected to that, and put it into the pool water and test the salt reading like that. It's you well no well you don't. I mean, if you have high salt, like a good amount of salt, you'll taste it in the water. Like you could the way to test is like to see if people have been adding in fresh water in the pool is by getting it in your hand and like not drinking it, but like sipping it towards in your mouth. And if you taste salt, like a good amount, that means no one's been adding fresh water. But if you do that and you taste just like water, means a lot of fresh water got in, or either the salt's low or something's wrong with the salt cell. That's another thing too. The salt cell, you have to acid wash it. I guess it could vary. I mean, if it's an old salt cell, maybe once a month or maybe every 2 months. But if it's a brand new salt cell, you don't have to acid wash that for like a while. Like that shit's priming. It's good. It's constantly producing chlorine. The reason I have to acid wash it though is because calcium will build up on the salt cell, and that's how you get bad readings off your salt system. I don't even know what that is though. Yeah, in a standard pool you do. In the winter though, it's pretty good. What? How much chlorine does he fucking add to his pool? Every day? I don't know about every day, man. Oh, I muted Johnny too. Wait, Johnny, I'm sorry. I had you muted because your fucking sound. My bad. I'm sorry. That's awkward. The video's muted? Oh, that's awkward. Um, it shouldn't be. It's kind of weird. Oh, I know why. I got it. I just realized. Yep, whoops.
I cannot stretch that far.
Thank you for saying that. I didn't realize.
I'm
What is that?
keep it about the
Pool-
size of a pencil. Okay, number
Pool shock. That I've never ever. I mean, maybe because it's in a different state, they have different pool companies, different products and stuff. I've never seen pool shock before, like in a liquid form. Like, I mean, shock is chlorine, but how I picture shock is granular shock. Like, I've never seen liquid.
So we're gonna put into this real quick
shock
because I'm gonna do 3 of these, same exact process. We'll get back to you. We just got it done putting 3 gallons in. I couldn't remember if it was we did 3
Yeah,
or 4.
it's
You're supposed to do a certain amount per your
I don't know.
pools, gallons, etc., etc. I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. I'm not. It sucks for them to hear, but put chlorine in, it'll clear up the pool. Now what you have to do is you have to brush the walls and the bottom. You do it twice a day until clear. This is my pool equipment, by the way. I put it in my work truck. I haven't got my work truck yet, but I am soon. We're gonna brush these walls. Walls, bottom, stairs, under the stairs, in the
Brush the whole.
and the skimmer. Every inch of the pool you have to brush twice a day till it's clear, if not more. Hey,
You don't brush
do
it
this.
twice a day.
Hey, he's not getting paid for this, by the way. I'm not paying. He's not my employee. He can get paid in exposure. He did actually help me brush, so nice. So I gotta get the deep end. Okay, he's trolling. we're gonna do this, and then we'll get back to you. I'm doing this to get the algae off the walls and out of the bottom, so that the chlorine can kill it in the air. The chlorine can kill it on the walls, but it's not as good. 3 gallons. I thought it's a pretty small pool. Well, it's not small. Not
Oh no, that pool's gonna take a lot of chemicals. He's gonna have to put at least $300 into that. I mean, what I heard him just say about spending $300 on chemicals. Maybe not $300 worth into that pool, but it definitely over 100. I mean, just from how I wouldn't be too sure about that. It's my dad, dude. Listen, I wouldn't be so positive. Like refilling it, it's a lot of money too. Like my buddy Charles drained a customer's pool one time, and they were pissed. Like my dad almost fired his ass. Oh, like he really wanted to fire him. He was really pissed off. But Charles made up for it. But yeah, but you drained. Well, no, it's not that he drained it on purpose. He was turning valves to try and get suction from the skimmer basket because he was trying to add shock in or something like that. It was either shock or he was trying to vacuum or something. But he left the valve the way it was. Like when he turned it, he didn't like go back and turn it, and it just drained the pool. Like it drained, I think, from the spa and then to the pool because once the spa was drained, pool water started shooting in to try and fill up the spa, and it just drained that water. So like it was almost empty, my dad said. Like the customer was like, yo, my fucking pool's draining, man. Like it's almost gone.
To our pool,
Yeah.
we needed 3. And
So maybe they didn't even need that 3. Well, I mean, it's still good, right?
Yeah.
chlorine doesn't
It's
matter.
it's a lot of money.
You can't swim 4 hours after, up until about 4 hours. You put chlorine in. The sun's gonna burn your chlorine. There's a frog in there. That's what's gonna die. The sun's gonna burn your chlorine constantly, which is why you add the stabilizer, the CYA.
Yeah.
That keeps the chlorine in the
Tyler, you're brushing real slow,
they had
homie.
they had no stabilizer, so
And it
it's
doesn't
gonna
seem
burn
like
that
you're
shit
putting the
off.
work
That's why
in.
they have to keep it up to a certain.
Bro, he's busted like Troy! He's a Troy! He's busted like Troy!
Not every day. Not
It's
every
half-ass
day.
brushing.
When the level drops.
You're like
add the chlorine. Usually
barely
keep it
brushing that
steady
shit.
At like, let's say a number. Let's say it starts out at 50. So let's just say you have.
You
50
don't.
chlorine.
You can't. You just have to. You have to step by step by step by step.
Through the day, the sun will burn off like.
Honestly,
5 chlorine.
like me and my dad, like we probably wouldn't brush the pool because of how it looks. Because you can't even see what you're brushing. What he would do if he showed up to a pool like this, he would check chemical. Well, he probably wouldn't even check chemicals. He knows for a fact because he's been doing it over 30 years. He would add in like 2 jugs of chlorine and probably like a cap of acid. Or, I mean, a cap of yellow tree, because it'll kill all algae. Like, the yellow tree is fucking strong. The only problem with yellow tree is if, like, you know, there's not a whole lot of algae or green in the pool, and you add it, it kills chlorine. It'll eat that shit up. So, like, you could, if you, it's like, if you, put too much in, you'll fucking make your pool turn even greener, or, like worse, or, so you gotta be careful with yellow tree.
chlorine every 30 minutes.
I think if I had to think how my dad would think, he'd probably do 2 jugs of liquid chlorine and a cap of yellow tree. And then come back in like 2-3 days, look at it, test chemical. I'm gonna post this.
Drop in 50, 45, 40, 35.
I'm
You
gonna
wanna
say
keep
reacting
it at a
the
steady 50
TT1's pool
always. So if it
service.
drops to 40, go add chlorine until it's 50. You know what I mean?
Wait, what did you say?
The always. So if it drops to 40, go add chlorine until it's 50. You know what I mean?
I'm not seeing it. Oh, I see it next to it.
What kind of readings?
The frog's under the thing.
He has tadpoles. Bro, if he got tadpoles, that means that's bad green. That means there's dead zero chlorine. If there's tadpoles in there,
We got done with the walls. We're doing the bottom now.
you got done with the walls. Did you even brush that side of the wall?
The roof is so funny. I'm just not used to these animals. They're so cute.
It reminded me of my old house.
Oh.
They were saying that Leslie's or something sold them algicide and like powdered chlorine, which powdered chlorine isn't bad. It's easier to store. I think it's a little bit cheaper. But powdered chlorine, if you don't mix it really well before you put it in, it makes your water cloudy.
TT's here to save us.
But TT's is here to save them.
I've never heard of
Get them on their
powdered
liquid
chlorine.
chlorine diet and fix the pool.
Okay, so this is scripted.
Leslie's is a good store for things, but if you don't know what you're talking about with like pool stuff, they'll try to fucking sell you pointless shit, and then you'll like fuck up your pool even more. You have to like know what you're going in to get, so they won't fuck with you, because they're just trying to make money. That's bottom line.
This is scripted. But I gotta admit it, I can't straight face. Okay, we said those same. We said
Chlorine
those
tablet in it,
same
like a
exact
big
lines
fucking
before,
chlorine
but Hugo
brick.
wasn't recording.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what the
So,
fuck is this?
But it was such good,
and I
like,
fucking got like
knowledgeable
real
content
close, and I was like,
that I was like, okay,
Oh,
And
a
it just-
chlorine tab?
I was like, ah.
Dude, you want to know a crazy chemical reaction with chlorine tabs and granular shock? If you have some water in a bucket and you get the granular shock, right? And you just pour a little bit in, right? You'll see it to start bubble, like insane, crazy, like bubble. You hear, like, you'll start hearing like this. You hear like that, right? If you throw a chlorine tab in there, you will cause a fucking explosion, dude. A chemical explosion. Like it's like this. It's like boom! Like it's fucking loud. It's like a gunshot, dude.
No shit.
It is, yeah, no, I'm for real. Like, it's,
That's crazy.
dude, I've done it a couple times and it scared the shit out of me. Well, on accident, of course, but yeah, man, like, don't ever mix granular shock with a chlorine tab. Those chemicals do not mix. You don't ever put a tab on shock, because it will cause that explosion, dude, and it's dangerous, too. Like, it blew a hole in my bucket that I was carrying for my brush and test kit. It blew a fucking hole in it.
Oh shit, dude!
It's
I wonder how many
crazy,
people
man.
have like clean pools without really knowing what they're doing, and like mix the wrong chemicals, and then people get in the pool and it like fucking burns them alive.
Oh, if they add like too much chemical, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I wonder how many times that shit
Um,
happens.
I mean, you can spike your pool with chlorine if it's like that green, because no one should be swimming in it. I mean, if you jump in just how it is, you're gonna get an infection in the ears. There's so much algae and bacteria in the pool. So
Mhm.
you definitely spike the pool. But I've never seen anyone jump in a green pool like that unless it was like for shits and giggles, and then they instantly get out. Like, you know. Um,
Have you? Did you guys see that video of that dumbass Russian who jumped
Mila,
in
go
the
grab the
fucking oil
camera.
pit?
We'll say it again.
no,
But
No,
you
what?
only did that
what?
twice. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
let me see
I
if I can
swear.
find it.
Oh, you guys are watching ads.
Russian
Oh, well, good. Well, I'll
Someone
say that.
jumped
I'll
into
swear.
a
I'll wait for ads
fucking
over.
oil thing.
It was just twice. Those are only scripted content. Yes, the battery. Kayla's battery was overheating. He's not paid. He wasn't paid.
Battery was overheating. Oh, he's on his
Act-
camera.
What's Chris laughing about? What's so funny, Chris? Oh, because Chris over here knew that that was scripted.
So. Where's it at? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. And everyone's just laughing, dude. Nah, I mean, crude. Is it crude oil you said? Why didn't he get a rag and start wiping his face? Why are they spraying it with water? Water and no, that's oil. Like water and oil don't like water and oil don't mix anyway. Like water won't. So what would you think water's gonna? What do you think water's gonna fucking do? If you don't, if water and oil don't mix when you're cooking food, what do you think's gonna happen when you jump into a pool of it? You think water's gonna just brush like blow it? No, 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 no.
Stop smiling, Chris.
That was yeah, that was kind
Dude,
of.
Chris, you're a bad actor.
I hope he lived, but
Would you
Jesus,
post the
man,
video?
that's
Video's not posted yet.
stupid.
I'm reacting to it on stream. Then we'll upload it to YouTube. Okay, I'm starting again.
But powdered chlorine, you probably or something sold them algicide and like powdered chlorine, which powdered chlorine isn't bad, it's easier to store, and I think it's a little bit cheaper. But powdered chlorine, if you don't mix it really well before you put it in, it makes your water cloudy.
TT's here to save us.
But TT's here to
That's-
TT's is here to save them.
But he said that before. Like, hey, Omar's kind of goated. Omar, I said it makes your water cloudy, and then Omar off camera, like even off the camera, was like, TT's here to save us. So I was like, oh shit, that's good content. Let's record it. But it's not. He said it by himself. I didn't tell him. By the way, say TT's here to save us. I didn't say that. He already said it, so we redid it. I swear.
Get them on the liquid chlorine diet and fix the pool.
This is not scripted content.
That's not scripted.
This is not scripted content. This is not scripted content. This is.
I can't. Did you brush the powder when you put it in?
I don't know. My dad did it. But usually, I think he just throws it in and lets.
That's what all this powder shit is. I feel bad for them because
I know.
they did the right thing, but they're
They just don't. My dad doesn't know anything else.
liquid. It's liquid chlorine always. Liquid chlorine only adds chlorine.
Did you get it? Oh, look at
Jesus
that.
Fucking Christ, you guys got a beetle problem.
Got a beetle
Look where
problem.
they live.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no leaves.
Let's
though,
see
just
it.
Beetle.
I can watch it out.
Be a little skimmer.
He's gonna wash it for you.
And
You don't
again,
have to
this
wash
guy's
it
not
out,
an employee.
just-
He's just doing good Samaritan work. I don't gotta pay this guy, and I did it myself. He helped a little bit, but
Good job.
so far so good though, lads. We had one little mishap. This pool's gonna look flawless once we get it. I need to check the filter one more time.
We're probably gonna switch to using his phone because this camera.
Powder's so bad for your pool if you have a liner. They can stain your liner. So Leslie should have asked him that before they sold him that. We'll see if it's stained. Yeah, guys, drop Leslie's. Start working with TT's.
Innocent
So yeah, so the
chemicals
powder
Does
is
Leslie
lighter.
does Leslie's have like a pool
Ours is concrete, so we
service?
used powder at first because we were ignorant, and then it still kind of stained our concrete. So all right, so we got the chlorine in. We've shocked the pool. We can see the chlorine level now. I think I touched it with my finger, by the way. All right, so it's purple. So what you're gonna do is that's like the highest that these shitty test strips go to. So you don't really care about anything else. This test doesn't have stabilizer. Again, they're junk. It just has to make sure whenever you come and check it, it's purple.
Which one are you looking for?
Oh, this the FCL, the free chlorine right here.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess and the total chlorine actually. So if this is purple and this is
pretty
blue,
much
it's
the
good to
same.
go. And again, this is too much chlorine to swim in. You can't swim.
I was gonna go swim right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't swim right now. But like before you
I
go to
wouldn't
bed,
even swim in that.
don't swim, man. Before you go to bed, put in a gallon. You gotta brush the walls one more time. Is what we did.
Don't put a gallon in. You just added. You're gonna shock the shit out of his fucking
All right, so
pool,
these are the
man.
good ones. You don't have those anymore. We gave them these to use instead. They're trash, but you want to keep it at purple and blue. If it's not purple and blue, and it's like a little bit of pink or a little bit green, that means you're losing the fight against algae. And to add more chlorine right away.
Sweet.
He
That's
thumbs
it
up
for
at the end.
episode 1. Omar, Jess, Chris, thank you guys again for letting me do this. Appreciate it, guys. This is day 1 of pool. Again, you're not gonna get it clean all in one day. We'll be back here tomorrow for episode 2 and see how everything's doing.
Say TT's pool.
Hey, oh yeah, true. I almost forgot. TT's Pool Service and Repair out.
So where is TT's pool service located? Kansas. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting Leslie's is like nationwide. But... Okay. Cool.